allowed to find its true price no matter how many people go to jail, no matter what the unemployment rate is, no matter how bad wages there are, no matter how disgusting the social inequality gets. The dollar is a made currency. It's protected by the central bank mafia. You can't F with the dollar, or you could be accused of some crime and end up in the prison industrial complex. Tell me why that's not true.
Well, actually you're right. And the dollar is the beneficiary of the fact that everybody else is doing the same thing. But it doesn't matter to the American people, in my view, whether the dollar is up today against the euro or some other fiat foreign currency. People don't look at the exchange rate or the dollar index when they go to work in the morning, when the alarm clock goes off. People work and save for what the dollar will buy them. And you're right, the monetary base has exploded. It's like a hockey stick graph, and it's been kind of wobbling on the balance sheet of the Fed, a critical mass sitting there, and now the containment unit is starting to breach, and it's starting to leak out into the economy, and we're seeing it already in gas prices and grocery prices and so on. And so, did they think, Max, did they think that they could create a couple of $1 trillion to bail out the banksters, create a couple of $1 trillion to buy American debt, and that there would be no consequences of this? What kind of madness is that?
Well, again, the headlines in today's papers are that Wall Street profits this year, 2012, are going to hit record highs, and the bonus pool is going to hit record bonuses. So the gas price up 20 or 30%, food up 10%. It's meaningless. It doesn't make any difference to the people who run America. And as far as the people being victimized by all of this, who cares? They're just frickin' peasants. Peasants are a dime a dozen, Charles Goyette. Why should we give a flying hoot about the peasants?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, except I'm one of them, I guess. But, I deal with this in the book, Red and Blue and Broke All Over. I talk about, crony capitalism and the splicing of corporate and governmental DNA in this way, and the toxic brew that it creates. And it's true that the cronies are made better off, but the whole country is destroyed. So they're going to inherit, a mess of pottage with a broken country that has less opportunity, less prosperity among the masses. You're right, they may do very well in their insulated communities, but at some point, the peasants call Ace Hardware Store and ask, what's the price of a pitchfork?
Okay, so Charles Goyette, the peasants. The peasants had a bit of an uprising last year, Occupy Wall Street. Then the winter came and they had to go back to the mommy's basement and cuddle up for the winter. Now it's springtime and they're back on the streets, rabble-rousing and waving placards and having sex in tents in Zuccotti Park. What tactics can anybody use? I mean, you mentioned pitchforks metaphorically. We do on this show as well, guillotines, but there hasn't been any traction on that whatsoever. Meanwhile, on the top 1%, they finance wars, they go into foreign countries, they commit hate